Hey, I'm Chris, your coaching and facilitation specialist, and we're here today to talk about that one powerful image, our multi level planning, and the first level vision. We're also here to talk about one skill that, if you can effectively demonstrate, it will boost your career. It has mine and everyone that I've worked with. It's one of the things that we always look for when we're looking for senior leaders to lead great changes or transformations, great efforts, and we're going to talk about that skill. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right. So just to check back in, we had our 5 levels of planning, right? This one image, it'll grab people's attention and give you an opportunity to help level set and see where everybody's showing up and that you can focus the facilitation of whatever that planning is, right? We had our daily planning. We have our to-do lists as individuals and groups and teams. We have our iterations. Hopefully, we're trying to achieve our goals in small increments that we can release and get feedback and learn faster than our competition, right? By practicing and doing and putting it out there, posting, submitting, committing, shipping, whatever it is, getting it into those hands lets us know whether we're heading in the right or wrong direction, right? And that helps us know in our strategy or our roadmap, are we going to be able to hit our overall goals, which are governed by our vision? The reason that we're here today, vision planning. Now, what is a vision? A vision is an inspiration and an aspirational statement, right? It's supposed to capture the imagination and think of a better future of what you want to provide, but also the aspiration that you're investing in it, that you're going to try to achieve it. It also needs to be innovative and creative, that it can change over time, that it's not stagnant and too specific to the need, because that vision will quickly be outpaced by just the change of our lives. Uh, People's needs change, our constraints change, things happen. It's our ability to respond. And we want a vision that stays true throughout it, right? So when we talk about vision, it can be called a few different things. Just kind of like a quick word cloud is like there. I've seen vision and mission and objectives, which are all different things, but they're grouped together, or a product vision or an organizational vision. There's a lot of different ways. A vision statement is just another straightforward way to put it, organizational, right? And so there's a lot of places that word vision comes up, but it usually looks like some sort of templatized statement. I can share some of the templates below. But they talk about a target group, right? And the bullseye of the group is really understanding who your customer, who your user, who the person you're serving is. And service is really key. Service is important because it's not helping, right? It's not fixing. You might do those things, but you're trying to understand their needs. And if you understand the customer needs, you're going to be talking about how you're going to solve them, right? How can I help this person, this experience be a little bit better, right? So the drawing that I want y'all to practice is a pretty easy Venn diagram, but during vision planning, it's great to put like our customer or our target group on one side and us on the other, because we also have needs. We have goals, we have constraints, we have different channels, we have different competition, different things that we're dealing with that can contribute to our chance of success. And so if we can understand what the customer needs are, how we want to serve them, our goals, our constraints, our competition, different ways to do it, we'll start to see what we need to do to survive in the marketplace, to move at a sustainable pace because we don't want to burn out, and to stay service oriented. So these are some attributes of a good vision, and I apologize for that poor handwriting quickly, but I'll produce the notes afterwards. If you're interested, leave a comment and I'll clean this up. But a vision talks not only to how we serve, but how we're going to do it in a way that can be turned into a strategy. We need enough clarity to start playing with how. It doesn't have to define how. But a vision that doesn't give you enough to define how isn't a vision. It's just a great story. All right. So to get to that main skill to boost your career, how is this really relevant to me, Chris? You know, and I get asked this a lot. Whether you're doing this with yourself, a small group, an individual, whether you're part of the senior leadership team or management team or a group of teams, it doesn't really matter where you start. When you start showing up and demonstrating a higher level vision, a more systems thinking perspective. You can start challenging some status quo assumptions without making it personal. You can start saying, wait a minute, our vision is to create this future within these constraints. And although what you're planning to do makes sense, is that better for you or the larger goal? Does this contribute more to the larger vision, or does it just serve your segment or your perspective? Are you just focusing on one thing rather than lifting your head up and seeing the larger system? It's tough to do. It's a problem that we have. But if you can demonstrate that skill of systems thinking, picking your head up from any of these levels of planning, generate a statement that defines the boundaries of what your customer needs are and how you want to solve them in a realistic way, and equip people to define their how at their level, you can really make vision apply everywhere and turn this into system planning. But when we start to turn it into a strategy, we have to take that systems thinking perspective. So there's more where that came from. I'm Chris, and I'll see you on the next one.